Of course, we'll get a result on the day, won't we? However, news breaking that next season, in previous rounds, of course, you would have a replay. That isn't going to happen anymore. It'll be one-off matches. FA Cup War, the FA Cup decision to scrap FA Cup replays angers EFL clubs. Who talked about abandoning the whole competition, actually, since this announcement. Ian, you, of course, followed the FA Cup, commentated on it for many a decade. What do you make of this decision?
Well, it's another land grab by the Premier League, isn't it? It's a disgrace, really. It's a slap in the face in the tradition of the FA Cup. There've always been replays. I mean, I think the FA started to disband the FA Cup, you know, in its greatness, really. The year they let Manchester United opt out of the competition to go and play in that kind of make-believe World Club Cup thing that was going on somewhere in Central or South America. I can't even remember now. That was a disgrace. And they've done this really without really consulting a lot of the clubs in the EFL, the Football League. So I think they've got to look at this again, really, because they're close to having a bit of a revolt on their hands.
What do you think, Craig?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of ways of looking at it. I think the anger and ire is coming at it from the fact that, as Ian said, the bulk of this seems to have been done between the FA and the Premier League, right? Everything's to suit the Premier League. Now, if you're looking at the replays, how many replays actually happen for these smaller clubs and how much money do they get out of it? I think it would be quite a small sample. But then, if you're going to do away with the replays, more money has then to be guaranteed to filter down. And then, as I saw somebody pointing out, if some of these clubs need the replays to keep themselves alive, then obviously they've got to look at the way they're running their ship and their business model. I'm a little bit conflicted because of the whole schedule, but what I don't like, the one thing I don't like about it is how these governing bodies, and particularly the Premier League, can sort of wield its financial muscle and obvious strength and dictate what's happening at all the other stages of the pyramid. And it's already got enough power, more than enough power. And so it's a difficult one because we are seeing clubs playing a lot of games, but why should that affect the lower league clubs in English football when there's not more money being filtered down? I think I wouldn't have so much a problem with the no replays if the Premier League were guaranteeing there was even more money filtering down to all these clubs. I would have a less of a problem with it, but we know they're not doing that. They're holding as much of the money as possible.
And the argument of playing a whole lot of games loses value and loses its weight when you consider that it isn't all the teams in the Premier League that are playing a whole bunch of games, because not all the teams are involved in Champions League, not all the teams are involved in Europa League or Conference League if you want to take it that far down. And so how many of these teams are actually having this number of games that make it worthwhile, or at the very least push it to the point to where you have to make a decision to disband the replays? Now, I would say that in Copa del Rey, they disbanded the replays. And what they did is mandated that all the games would be played at the lower tier opposition, or whoever lowest ranked home team or home stadium. And you go through 90 minutes, and if nothing happens, then you're looking at extra time or you're looking at penalties, and that's it. Games and match. And it seems to work in Copa del Rey. I don't know that there was as much historical pushback as there is here in the FA Cup.
They won't like that, Ali. Won't like that.
I would like to see that.
Ian's thrown his internet.
No, I'm just saying what happened in Spain, just for context.
Yeah, I like that, and I like the fact that, you know, if you're any team, you go away to the smaller team, whether it's the National League or League Two or whatever, you're automatically you're going down there. I do like that idea, but it's just there's no easy answer to
There never is, Craig. There never is.